Hey friends, we are going to work on some scoliosis specific or Schroth exercises today combined with some balance challenges. And so I'm going to start upright and standing. I'm barefoot because it just adds to the balance challenge, but feel free to do this in your shoes if you're more comfortable. And so we're going to start in standing. You can bring your fingertips up to your shoulders. We're immediately trying to find our best 3D standing posture. So always thinking about aligning ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over ankles, stretching your head to the ceiling, elongating through your spine. And then if you need to shift your hips to the right or to the left to bring them directly under your trunk, you want to do that as well. So thinking about lining up nose and belly button, equal weight through your feet, again, standing nice and tall. And then we're going to start with our expansion breath, thinking about inhaling and expanding, opening into the concavities of the back. And as you exhale, maintain that new shape, pressure, and tension. Inhale again, lengthen, growing tall and wide. As you exhale, press elbows to opposite sides of the room, head and hips opposite directions. Inhale again, bringing prominence forward and upward, concavities out and back. As you exhale, maintain pressure and tension. Inhale, lengthen, expand, open. Exhale, press elbows wide, press head and hips opposite directions. Keep going. We're trying to hit the point where you feel like you are in your maximally corrected position. It might take somewhere between 8 and 12 breaths to fully get there. So maybe we'll do a few more. Let's continue. Inhale, lengthening, expanding and opening. And then exhale, keep that pressure and tension. We want to keep this level of core activation going, even as we start to add some movement in a moment here. Inhale, expand, grow tall, grow wide, and then exhale, push, head to the ceiling, elbows wide, neck long. Always thinking about your neck being a continuation of the rest of your spine. Inhale again, lengthen and expand. Let's just do one more after this. And then exhale, hold it right there. Keep that pressure and tension. Inhale, lengthen, expand, and open. And then exhale, hold it right there. Keep pressure, keep tension, maintain. You can bring your hands down to your sides. Check that you're maintaining that activation. You're maintaining the equal weight through your feet, nose and belly button lined up, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over ankles. And then we're going to start with our first movement today, which I call the standing corkscrew. So you're going to start, I'm going to show you two versions. So first version, we're just going to start by lifting arms up to about shoulder height, palms up. You can imagine that your arms are like levers on a corkscrew here. And if we turn our palms down and push those levers down, we're going to lengthen and elongate our spine even more. So in this analogy, your head is like that cork on the bottle. Inhaling and lengthening, and then exhale and push. Focus on lots of length throughout your trunk. And you might choose to stay here. Maybe that's enough for you today. But we can also add a little balance challenge where you inhale, come up on your toes, exhale, and come on back down. So inhaling, lengthening, growing tall, growing wide, and then exhale, try to forcefully push those hands down. Really lengthen your trunk in between your arms. Inhale, lengthen, expand, and open. And then exhale, push down. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, growing tall, growing wide. And then exhale, push. Keep that spine long. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale as you lower back down. One last one. Inhale, lengthening, and then exhale, push back down. All right, next, we're gonna move into an eccentric lunge, and this is a bit of a reverse lunge. Anything that is more unilateral or one side of your body doing something different than the other tends to be a little bit harder, a little more balance challenge. And so what we're going to do is you're going to start by always finding that best alignment and balance, checking that your hips are square or pointing straight ahead here. You've got nose and belly button lining up. You can even choose to keep hands on your hips if you would like to help monitor that. You're going to take a big step back from here, pretty big step back. And so already a little bit of a balance challenge to be in this split stance position. And then I'm not really worried here about how low down into the lunge you go. I'm more worried about maintaining that postural correction, working on a bit of balance. So you're going to start with the inhale, lengthening and expanding. And as you get ready to exhale, drop that back knee back towards the ground, slow, and then come on back up. So it's going to be a slow lower on the exhale. Inhale as you're standing up. So as you're exhaling, slow, 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 drop that knee down. Focus on your alignment. And then as you're standing up, focus on the length throughout your spine. We're going to do 5 or 6 each leg. So when you weight bear on the side of the convexity of your curve, what you might notice is that it is harder to maintain expansion or length through the concavity of the spine. So you have to be kind of in tune with your own curve pattern and really kind of trying to maintain that postural correction. All right, we're going to switch feet here. So you're going to find that best standing position, thinking about being long through the back of your neck, standing nice and tall. And then same thing, you're going to take that big step back, give yourself as much space as you can here. Line up, hips square, nose and belly button, you're nice and tall. Again, I don't need you to get that knee to touch the ground, but we do want to do that slow lower down. So inhale, and then on your next exhale, slowly lower that back knee towards the ground, and then push on up as you inhale, growing tall. So getting a little bit of a balance challenge, getting a little bit of a leg workout here. Our goal with scoliosis specific exercise is always to maintain that best 3D postural correction, even with the dynamic movement added in. So even with that dynamic movement, you can see I feel a little bit of challenge through my feet here as well. So you want to feel like you're controlling your alignment, controlling the stability in your trunk, and the movement is secondary. We'll do maybe 1 or 2 more. If you feel like you can't control that postural correction, that's a really good sign that you should just maybe take a break, pause, go less deep into the range of motion. And then we'll come back up into standing, reset again here, because next we're going to do a version of a squat. So there's a ton of versions of squats. This one is specifically geared to challenge your balance a little bit more, but depending on how you're feeling, you can also do more of a regular body weight squat. So starting by finding again your best alignment. I know I say that a lot, but it's because you really need to be reminding yourself to continually reset, adjust into the best position you can be. And then let's just do a few body weight squats to start. So sitting back like you're sitting in a chair and then standing up tall. When you do the squat, we're really thinking about keeping hips centered underneath your trunk. It's super common that if you have a deviation of your pelvis, that we're going to see that in the squat. So think about pushing the floor away from you equally with each foot. At the top, you can even do a reset moment. Make sure that nose and belly button are lining up. And maybe you just want to hang out here for today with this body weight squat. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, we're going to try coming up on your toes, reaching forward with your arms holding this elongated position as you do a little squat. So it's definitely more of a balance challenge. And so you're reaching forward, sitting back like you're sitting in a chair, up on your toes here. You can feel the muscles in my feet working. Continue to think about your alignment. When you're up in this position where you're standing tall, it's a great moment to pause and reset. Find your best alignment and positioning here, and then come back down. Always trying to maximize length through your spine, expansion through the concavities of your back. You can take a little rest break for a moment. And I'm going to show you one other exercise today, and it's the Schroth walk. It's one of my favorites because it's easy to do anywhere. You don't need any equipment. It combines everything that we're working on with 3D postural correction, scoliosis specific exercise, and it is something that once you kind of build it into your workout routine, makes a great warm-up, great cool-down exercise. There are some variations, but I'm going to show you the one that I like. So you're going to start by finding, of course, your best standing position. Then we're going to slide your right toe forward so that toe is just touching down on the ground or the floor in front of you. I don't really have any weight going through that front foot. All the weight right now is through my back foot. I'm going to go ahead and keep hands on my hips. I sometimes like to push down through my pelvis to help think about lengthening upward. So just a way to add a little extra elongation into the movement. And then as you inhale, you're going to come up onto your toes. Again, growing tall and wide. And as you exhale and lower down, you're going to switch your feet. So you're inhaling, lengthening, growing tall, growing wide. And then exhale, lower down, switch your feet. Inhale, lengthen, grow tall, grow wide. Exhale, lower down, switch your feet. Inhale, lengthen, growing tall and wide. Exhale, lower down. And if you're me, turn around so then you can come again. Inhale and lengthening. Exhale, lowering down. Think about trying to minimize movement side to side with your hips. Focus on pressing your head to the ceiling. Neck is long. Face and shoulders relaxed. It's always just about doing the best you can in the moment in time. We're all going to get better the more we practice, and consistency truly is key. So nobody's going to ever be able to do this perfectly. We always have room for improvement to try to help our bodies to be better, stronger, more balanced. And so I always think just, enjoy the moment, enjoy the process. This should all feel good for your spine. It might feel like work. You might get fatigued. Nothing should be painful. If it is, that's a sign that we're not giving your body what it needs right now. We might need to kind of rethink what you're doing, why you're doing it, and come up with a better plan. I am always happy to answer questions you might have and give support and guidance where I can. I truly love working with women with scoliosis and helping them feel empowered and comfortable in their own bodies to challenge themselves in whatever way they would like so they can do all the things in life they want to do. So your goals are my goals in that sense, and I'm here to help support you if I can. I hope that you found this helpful. Please let me know what you think. I'm always happy, like I said, to get some feedback and comments, and thanks for watching.